What's up, goodies? Welcome back to my channel and to my kitchen, How to Cook. And today we're making oven baked fish in the kitchen, fast, easy, and simple. Make sure you subscribe, goodie, if you have not, and turn on the post notifications so you won't miss any of the upload. And for all of my returning goodies, on the don't know so on the girl loving on the ready for cook. Come on, let's cook. All right, goodies, let me show you how I simplify my oven baked fish in the oven every time straight, and it tastes so good. Let me show you how I do it. All right, so I have my snapper fish here, and the first thing you want to do is to make sure that your fish is clean. Even though they do it at the fish market, you want to go back and double dip it again. All right, so what I do, I always go ahead and trim off the tail part right there. So take off the fins and take off everything that I don't want on my fish. Now, if you want it to stay there, you could make it stay there. But whatever you do, you want to make sure though that you go in and check on the inside of the fish to make sure them take out like a gill something there from out of the fish. You want to remove all the obstacles in your way, right? Now, what I do when I'm done with that, I go ahead and I put slits in the fish. Why? Because when you season the fish, you want the seasons to actually go inside of that meat. Now, these snapper are pretty big and they're really thick, so I want to make sure that the meat of the fish is filled with nothing but good flavor. All right, so you want to go ahead and do that. I did put 3 slits on each side of my fish. When it look like that now, a simple time to give it a good wash. Now, to wash and clean the fish, you want to make sure that you are doing it with definitely cold running water. Very cold water, right? Don't use lukewarm water. Don't use hot water, cold water. The colder the better. It's going to do something to the texture of the fish. Now, I always add salt whenever I'm doing anything like this. Now, I didn't have any fresh lemon or lime, so I'm going to substitute that out and use lime juice. Now, of course, we want to add some vinegar because vinegar make everything taste better. Like I've always been telling them that like woolly years back. All right, so go ahead and add your vinegar. It really does something to the cooking and the flavor of the fish. So you add your vinegar to give it a nice little vibes. You know what I say? Make sure say you get out of the cribs and corners. Give it a nice good wash again. I did mine like 3 times. You don't have to do it 3 times. But because me always extra when me a cook, all right, I went ahead and I did it 3 times. Give it a nice little wash until I was satisfied with the cleanliness of my fish. Okay? Period. So when it looked like that, I went ahead and started my seasonings. Now in here, I'm going to add some allspice, pimento seeds, pimento berry, whatever you want to call it, about that much, right? So I'm going to go ahead and just dab it in here and then kind of mash it up. Now you could go ahead and put your scotch bonnet if you want to use scotch bonnet in your fish, which I really recommend that. You could add the scotch bonnet right there and beat the two of them together, but I didn't decide to do that. I'm going to do it separately, and I put that aside. Now, in this container, I'm going to add some chopped garlic, some green season, which is homemade for me, okay? I have a few recipes up. I will link that. If you don't see it, ask me, I will put it in there for honor. So I went ahead and start off with the garlic and the green season, and then I added the pimento seeds here, which I beat up earlier, black pepper, of course, and I did go in and add a little chops of salt. All right, so you add the black pepper and then you add salt right there. So okay, put the salt to your liking, your taste buds. All right, the 2 fish me I do some want to add flavor, some add to that. Did go in and add some all-purpose seasoning. I did add some fish seasoning as well, and then I add some ginger powder. And I also add some turmeric powder to it as well. Okay, you don't have to do that, but me did put that. I went ahead and added some oil. Any kind of oil of your choice. This is sesame seed oil. You don't have to use that, but I love a good sesame seed oil or olive oil. So yeah, use whatever you have. And then I went in right here and added the scotch bonnet pepper, okay? And like I did say earlier, you could put the scotch bonnet pepper when you beat up the pimento berries, or whatever you want to do, okay? But just make sure you have some kind of pepper because you want it to have flavor for the pepper head them, right? So I went ahead and give it a good mix. If you feel like it's too thick, you could always add some more of the oil of choice to thin it out a little bit, but you don't want to make it too watery though. You want it to look something like that. Now, after that is done, you go ahead and you place it on your fish, OMG. fish nice and clean, right? So I went ahead and placed it on there. Make sure say go to the cribs and corner them. All them little slits that you made on the fish. Make sure say get the seasoning in them slits there and put it in at the head of the fish. Okay, now skip that part. Make sure say your fish head have flavor, all right? Because not probably love fish head. So we go ahead and you stuff the seasonings inside of the fish head, just like me I showing it right here. So to assure that the fish have flavor from the head all the way down to the tail and back. All right. So when it looks something like that, you go ahead and you cover it up and you put it room temperature and let it sit for at least 30 minutes. Me, 30 minutes. You overnight if you want to do that, right? So I let it go ahead and sit while I got my plantains ready. Now I'm doing two fish, so I'm only need one plantain, right? So I'm gonna make 8 slices. So I'm gonna put four on each of the fish. Okay, so you could add more plantains if you want or less. Now, some of you guys, I did make this recipe once before, and some of you guys say you don't like the right plantain. If you don't like the right plantain, you could always add green plantains to the mix because you're going to bake it, it's going to cook anyway. So I love the flavor or the little flavor from the sweetness of this ripe plantains. So that's why I'm using the ripe plantains here. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I'm just simply just making some slices, and while of course I'm doing this, I have the pot that is going. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add the oil here for fry the plantain. Let me just use any regular sugar oil, right? Is what I did. Add the plantains in here at a medium heat, allow it to fry, get a nice little golden brown color, just like so. And then when it was done, I set that aside and let that one chill out while I get everything else together. So let me go ahead and share with you exactly what you'll need to finish up this recipe. Trust me, you're gonna love it. Husband, I'm gonna love it. Boyfriend, I'm gonna love it. Okay, if you want to get the ring, do the recipe. Yeah. All right, so all you have to do is get your foil paper. I doubled it because I want it to be thick, so nothing don't escape when once it hit the oven. Make sure that you add some of your vegetables into the belly of the fish. I'm using frozen vegetable here. Use whatever you have. I did go in with some okra, of course, right? Okra is a must. And then I added some shrimp on top, raw shrimp. This is not this. Don't use the cooked one. If you have the cooked one, I use it, but I prefer that you use the raw shrimp. And then here is where you see me adding the fried plantains, sweet plantains. And then I added some French fries. Okay, so I bought the pack of fries and just throw some of that pan it. If you don't want to go this route, you could use fresh potatoes and make it. And I added another scotch bonnet pepper on top, about 3 tablespoons of butter, because yeah, butter make everything better too. So I went ahead and did that and covered it up nice and tight. Okay, like so. Make sure you seal it really good, so that way when it's in the oven and it's baking, no steam come out, because you want to trap the steam inside of that foil and allow it to steam and bake just right. Okay, so we have both our fish ready to go, you guys. It's ready. Make sure that your oven is already turned on when you do this, right? Your oven is supposed to be at a 375 degrees in heat, and it takes about an hour to bake. Nothing more than an hour, because you don't want to bake out all your little fish gravy out of it, and nothing less. All right, make sure that everything come together nice. 1 hour
1 hour
later,
later.
baby, at this you have your oven baked snapper fish with everything on top is ready to go. And when I tell you that the place smell good, the place smell absolutely positively what divine goodie. This right here is a must have. You have to give the recipe a try. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. OMG, the thing smells so good. And the fish is nice and juicy and filled with flavor. Go ahead, you have to get a recipe a try, okay? Give it a try, because you are going to fall in love with every single bite. Yes, goody, the thing turn up mad loud. But guess what? Run go tell a friend, bring them come goody and send them come, cause I'm waiting. And when you get doing all of that, tell me, what do you want to see me a cook next in my kitchen? And remember, as always, from my kitchen to your kitchen. Enjoy.